Today we're out here on a cold fall day to test out this, the RhinoShield SolidSuit, and this, the RhinoShield CrashGuard for the Samsung Note 9. So let's check it out. Back at it again with the SolidSuit and the infamous CrashGuard, the case that's like your girlfriend, basically non-existent. This time around though, for the humongous piece of glass, a borderline tablet, the Samsung Note 9. Popping it into the SolidSuit, volume side first, and snapping the opposite corners in place. I've personally always loved the classic black, and it's no different here. And don't worry, they can still handle this. The buttons do stick out, making them easy to feel out and provide a clicky response. Same thing for the other side, although I do wish they did include a cover for the Bixby button. Camera cutout around back is raised along with plenty of room for the fingerprint reader. I personally like the small cutout as it helps guide my finger to the right hole, if you know what I'm saying. And the lenses are safe when spanking it around. Large cutouts along the bottom, more than enough to eject the S Pen smoothly. Then around back, the case is slim enough to allow for this switchery to work. Wireless charging. Otherwise, in the hand, the SolidSuit feels really good. The matte finish around back doesn't easily grease up from my excessive nervous hand sweating, and it's a fairly slim case. They've added the oh so slightest texture along the stiff edges that gives it that extra finger massage, which matters when you're dealing with the monstrosity that is the Note 9. In use, the case doesn't block anything. Accessing your phone is just as easy with your dinky fingers, and if you're not a fan of the black on black on black, they also have it in carbon fiber for all you bad boys and girls out there. Slightly textured, a little glossy, but is just as slim as before. An extra feature for anyone that's actually terrible at holding things, you can actually attach a lanyard to the case's dedicated butthole here. But that's the SolidSuit, a full coverage case, not a lot of designs to go with, but if you're into simple and minimal, especially for such a huge phone, this is the one to get. But for those who want even less than that, there's the CrashGuard. Not only is it available only in one color, this black, it strips out the whole backside, leaving the Note 9 to shine like the star it is. And as we'll find out, it'll still take a grenade for you. Looking around, similar button covers, distinguishable and clicky, and even the damn Bixby button is still there. Complete access to the finger reader so it doesn't discriminate against any of you chubby hands out there, but it does accommodate with a back lip along the top and bottom to keep it lifted. And of course, with it basically naked, you can be assured wireless charging works just fine. The CrashGuard's true benefit though is this. It's just as slim as the actual phone. Although it does add a little girth, in the hand it feels like you're holding a naked Samsung Note 9, thanks to the lowered edges along the sides of the case. The rubber used does allow for some slack though, so you may feel it move around, but it always forms back to its original position. Around the front, a very generous lip along the top and bottom to keep your screen safe on flat surfaces. The same situation goes for the SolidSuit cases too, but given how large that screen is, you will still want to cover it up with something. RhinoShield offers a tempered glass solution which is rated at a 6H hardness, good enough to be thrown in pockets with keys and coins, but is mainly designed for that only. Scratch resistance. The tempered glass is only glued along the edges due to the curved screen of the Note 9, which does mean it's a weaker connection to your phone. And always remember to turn on touch sensitivity in your settings to ensure you don't have any misclicks with that extra layer of glass on top. That's it though, using the phone is just the same, but it's unfortunate they don't have a more impact resistant screen protector available due to the limitations of the Samsung screen. Thankfully, the rest of the case does make up for it though with their ShockSpread technology, this honeycomb serial pattern on the inside and along the edges. We've tested it before and are confident it can handle quite a bit of abuse. Now looking at the CrashGuard, that's what worries me. It leaves basically the whole phone exposed. So I highly recommend you pick up their back protectors. This one is made of their impact screen protector material, which we've hammer tested and it came out without a scratch. I wish they made this for the front side too, but it aligns perfectly to the camera and fingerprint cutout, and we'll have to count on it to essentially protect half of the phone. Considering the ShockSpread is only lined along the edges, it can only do so much depending on how your phone lands. And that's where the screen and back protectors kick in. But enough of these wussy drops, let's do some real tests. Starting off with the SolidSuit. Second drop, and the tempered screen protector has already fallen off. Like I said, the tempered screen protector is not for drop protection, it's for scratch resistance, hence the hardness rating. But we're gonna continue, and I'm gonna avoid any front screen drops because it's such a big screen area. Any drop on a rocky surface like this will inevitably kill the screen. So there's no question about that. So we're gonna try and test the edges to see if it absorbs the impact properly. Bump the head. So far so good. I'm a little cautious because the screen is just so big. No matter how it lands on the screen, it will crack. So I'm trying to avoid that and really test out how the case itself does with edge protection.
That one actually caused the pen to fly right out of it, but screen is still fine. Case has seen better days. Let's do a few more. We're gonna do one high drop and see how it ends. Holy shit. You know what? Let's do one more. Pen fell out. Phone's okay. YOLO. SolidSuit phone is okay. I can see down here that it has actually started cracking. Back of the phone just fine. It does have that back skin on, so let's try out the CrashGuard and see how well that holds up. Just note on that crack there, it is pretty cold here, and cold plus plastic just means it's a lot more brittle, it's a lot more hard, so when you do that kind of impact, it will have kind of different effects if you were to do it in a hot environment. It's CrashGuard. I missed. I'll admit, this one I'm pretty worried about. It's a lot of phone and not a lot of case. We're counting on this thin piece of plastic to do the protecting. Front screen isn't protected, so this will be a doozy. So far, so good. A few dings on the corners. Screen's all right though, so let's keep going. Wow, screen's okay, back's okay. Case, again, taking some damage. Here we go. Wow. And there you have it. After all those drops, yes, I was a little conservative on them, but that's simply because I didn't have an impact screen protector on the front. Unlike other phones, this one only had the tempered glass, which is only good for scratch resistance. You can see the phone is actually a-okay. No cracks anywhere. That back screen protector is great if you're getting the CrashGuard, because you will have to cover the back somehow. That one is the impact screen protector, but just on the back side, so it is much more impact resistant compared to the front. If they did develop one just for that flat layer, that'd be really nice. Taking a look at the case itself, you can see dinged up on the corners where it had the impact. It's just surprising how well this CrashGuard does for how little there is to it. That's all thanks to that interior hexagon pattern. And again, this material, flexible, and of course, it's FDA approved too, so you could eat it, but it's safe to eat. I don't recommend it because it doesn't taste very good though. When it comes to the SolidSuit though, this one did take quite a bit more damage because I did do a few more drops on it, simply because it's just a much bigger case and it covers more area, so I wanted to see how well that did. Again, nothing on the front screen, but you could see these corners are dented in pretty well. It did have that crack on the end simply because it's much colder here, so the plastic is a little more brittle, but it did protect the phone just fine. It's still my favorite choice of the bundle. I'd recommend finding a screen protector that you like to put on. Anyways, that's it. Like and subscribe if you want to see more. Leave a comment down below which one you like, and I rest my case.